Save him.
I've had enough of that genjutsu.
Oh. Hi everyone and welcome back to another Naruto reaction.
Before we begin, as always, thank you to the patrons on Patreon. If you want to join us on Patreon, the link is in the description. Go check it out for early access to our footage and exclusive content like filler episodes of movies that are only on Patreon. If you're watching this on YouTube, please subscribe to this channel. Also subscribe to a ton of other channels that we have, which are all within the link in the description. Last but not least, check out our merchandise, which is also within the link in the description. Like this video, comment down below, and with all that being said, let's get started with this reaction.
Naruto is down there fighting pain right at this very moment.
All by himself?
Yes, and he asked that no one interfere.
Then all we can do now is have faith.
And watch him.
This is the perspective of the Rinnegan, if I'm not mistaken. Oh,
Oh.
I'm completely wrong.
That is so cool.
He's battling pain all by himself.
No, wait!
Everyone wants to help him.
Naruto's risking his life for our village.
If you interfere in this kind of a battle, then you're only going to get in his way. And doing so will put him at great risk.
They all have to trust him this time.
Naruto.
Gamabunta is out.
They're in rough shape.
We must launch the genjutsu right away. This genjutsu requires an enormous amount of sage jutsu chakra, so it's going to take a little bit of time before the jutsu really gets going.
I'm gonna go for that 5-second interval. So when your chakra is ready, just start the genjutsu.
Oh, so much timing.
Remember, you only have one shadow clone left. Once he's gone, you can't use sage jutsu chakra, since you can't stay still during a battle to build up more.
Why didn't you just make a bunch more shadow clones?
It's like trying to look to the right and to the left at the same time.
I like how they keep using that.
At his current level of proficiency, 2 chakra making shadow clones was his limit.
That's good. It shouldn't be that easy for him to learn something like that.
And on top of all that, I can only create up to 3 more shadow clones for the battlefield. If I make more than that here, then the ones manipulating sage jutsu chakra will get distracted.
Well, either way, prolonging things isn't to our advantage.
It's such a balancing act.
A balancing act against one of the toughest opponents that they've ever faced. The stakes are really high.
I must say you're truly strong, Naruto.
Wow.
This is the farthest that pain has ever been pushed.
Finish him.
But no more. It's over. Universal pull.
Oh no.
He's not prepared for this.
We're going to end this right now.
Killing him?
Forgive us, Naruto boy. Just hang in there.
Don't worry. I won't kill you. You are a precious Jinchuriki.
Wow.
You shouldn't underestimate Sage Mode. And now it's my turn to...
Yes, you're right. Sage mode is troublesome.
He knows all about it because of Jiraiya being his sensei.
This guy's ability.
He's absorbing it?
Sucking all the
So
sage
bad.
jutsu chakra right out of me.
Oh
Get away
god.
from him. No.
Back to normal.
The Nine Tails has now been captured.
Come on, Ma. Come on, Pa. It's not over yet.
A bit longer and we'll be able to use the genjutsu.
Do you think Ma and Pa have a chance?
They just need a little more time. They can do it.
That's it. Not being able to move right now will be just perfect.
Ooh.
Oh, that's giving him the opportunity to collect the nature energy.
Just when Pa said he would never have a moment to be still, he found a moment.
And he's back into it.
Yes. No.
Oh,
He searched the guy with power.
Nature energy is really hard to control.
he's turning into a frog. That's
That
awesome.
is so awesome.
Look at his face. Dude. Oh, he turned into the stone.
Yes.
That pain took in too
Incredible.
much sage jutsu chakra from Naruto boy and underwent petrified frog
Oh my
transformation.
gosh.
There's only one left.
What a genius play.
Sage Jutsu chakra. Seems it comes with its fair share of risks.
We're finally down to just you.
Unfortunately, that's not correct.
Conan?
Huh? There is another manipulating these pains from the shadows. The real pain.
Who is it? They need to figure that out as soon as possible.
We're ready now. Let's do it, Ma.
Gotcha!
No!
Use your sage!
Save him.
I've had enough of that genjutsu.
Oh!
Shikamaru!
Ino, you all right?
Yeah, except...
Lady Shizune?
Shizune.
Does that mean she's... Oh, damn it, man, does that hurt?
What happened to the soul that they sucked out of Shizune's body?
I think every single bone in my body's been broken.
Jeez, man, he got pushed like crazy. Everybody's in such bad shape.
They're giving it their all.
If we'd just been more diligent, then this never would have happened.
We can't let Lady Shizune's death be in vain. It's up to us now to solve the mystery of pain that she was working on.
Too many deaths.
The best way to make ourselves useful is to find the location of the real pain as soon as possible.
They need Shikamaru's brain.
Okay, Inoichi, but with your jutsu mastery, can't you catch and trace the enemy's chakra back to its source?
The enemy's been constantly changing the chakra frequency they use. A traceback's impossible. Pain is quite adept.
Oh.
Ah,
That is such a sad scene.
he was so cool too, man.
His little lifeless body.
Ah, no! Bastard!
Universal pull.
Oh.
What the heck is Naruto going to do in this situation? Oh. What?
So tell me, has this tamed you at least a little? Nine Tails.
He's trying to control the Nine Tails with his eyes.
What do you want? Why are you doing all this?
You ask, why? Sometimes things happen randomly, and the reason only becomes apparent afterwards. Well, perhaps I can try to explain it to you.
Please.
Wait, I think that I just figured it out.
No
I
way.
know where we can find the real pain. In the mind of that ninja. I saw that he and
Oh,
his partner
yeah.
had assigned the duty of transporting
Thank
bodies.
goodness he saw this.
The tallest tower in this whole village.
Oh, that makes sense.
Where we always deliver the bodies. It's basic knowledge that someone who's transmitting chakra signals must be as close to the signal receivers as possible. That ninja and his partner happen to be transporting bodies to the tallest of the numerous towers scattered around the Hidden Rain Village.
It's like a radio frequency.
Are they going to go there?
The very same tower where it was rumored that Pain was supposedly living. That woman who appeared as one of the Pains, she looks identical to the one that those two ninja transported to that particular tower. So that place is probably the laboratory where those black rod-like chakra receivers were implanted into corpses to create the Pains.
Damn.
They're really piecing it together.
He needs a location that is the most efficient for transmitting chakra signals.
Highest point?
The most logical place is the tallest tower in the Hidden Rain Village.
And that means now that his puppets are here, the real pain must be in the highest spot near the Hidden Leaf Village.
Wow, what a big brain
Yes!
moment.
Each high spot one by one until we find him.
What if they encounter him just 1v1?
You asked me why I'm doing all this. I doubt very strongly that the knowledge would change anything at all. But let's say that I take the time to explain it to you. What do you think would happen then?
I have nothing to say to you.
My goal is to fulfill the dream even Jiraiya Sensei was unable to achieve.
Peace?
What I want is to create peace and bring about justice.
Create peace? Give me a break! Killed my master and my
Oh,
sensei! Hurt my friends! Destroyed my village!
this is giving me chills. The rage.
After all of the horrible things that you've done, don't you dare talk about peace and justice!
Then tell me, what is your goal?
First I'm gonna kill you! And then I'm gonna bring peace to the ninja world!
Beautiful.
That is noble of you. That would be justice. However, what about my family? My friends? My village? They suffer the same fate as this village at the hands of you, Hidden Leaf Ninja. How is it fair to let only you people preach about peace and justice?
An eye for an eye.
Once, the Land of Fire and the Hidden Leaf had grown too big. To protect their national interests, they forced feudal clans to wage war against each other and profited from it. Otherwise, the people of the villages would have starved.
There's a dark history.
Our little nation and its villages became the battlefield where the great nations waged their war. After many such battles, the great nation stabilized, but our smaller nation suffered.
There's so much tragedy that happened.
We both want to achieve the peace that Jiraiya Sensei envisioned. You and I are the same. We're both motivated by our desire for peace and justice.
In very different ways.
Everyone feels the same pain when losing something dear.
Damn.
You and I have both experienced that pain. You strive for your justice, and I strive for mine.
What do you even say to that?
If one comes to call vengeance justice, such justice will only breed further vengeance.
He's true.
Trigger a vicious cycle of hatred.
This is all true.
Right now we live in such a cycle. I know the past and can foretell our future.
So we believe that human beings simply cannot understand each other, and they never will.
So he's going to destroy all human beings?
The shinobi world of ours is ruled by hatred, and hatred alone.
Even I'm able to see that there's entirely too much hate in this shinobi world of ours. I've always wanted to do something about all of this hatred, but I truly believe that eventually the day will come when all people will understand one another and live in harmony.
That sounds very idealist.
The goal of his sensei is this, though, not what Pain wants.
And if I can't find the solution to this problem, then perhaps I'll entrust you to find it instead.
I can't turn down a request from my master, can I, Pervy?
Great flashback.
So, Naruto, how would you confront this hatred in order to create peace? I want to know what your answer is.
He doesn't know?
I don't know.
How could he?
Have an answer.
No one has an answer.
But you see, that is why I formed the Akatsuki. To break the cycle of hatred, I can put an end to it. But I need the 9 tails. I'll use the power of all 9 beasts to create a tailed beast weapon, many times stronger than the one that flattened this village.
That is terrifying.
I'm going to show the world what true pain is, and stop all wars with the terror that pain will inspire. Of course, after several decades, that pain too will eventually fade with time. Humanity will return to war
And you'll
again.
have to do it again.
This time, they themselves will use the tailed beast weapon against one another and reconfirm what true pain is.
Wow.
And then for a time,
Dang.
peace will briefly be restored again. This unbearable pain will give rise to momentary peace. That is
Oh
my
my
dream
gosh.
and my goal.
Nagato,
This is a crazy reveal.
yourself. You've already spent so much chakra.
Holy shit, is there a lot to break down in this one episode?
Oh my gosh. I was not expecting to find this out right now.
Peace is now within our grasp.
Wow, bro.
Oh my gosh. Finally, things are starting to make sense.
Nagato is alive.
He's very sick though.
He has the Rinnegan, and he's controlling the pains, the main one being Yahiko.
Well, Yahiko's body.
Yes, Yahiko's lifeless body. Pain just gave the most insane speech. This is probably one of the most highlighted moments of all of Naruto Shippuden. What is going through your head? That's an insane conversation to have like on a podcast. And for time's sake, we're going to try to keep this as short as possible. But at some point, I really do want to dedicate an entire podcast episode just to this moment.
Like you said, there's a lot to talk about from this episode. But first, I want to talk about the fact that Jiraiya was a sensei of both of these shinobi and how they were both able to interpret what Jiraiya wanted for peace in different ways.
You are absolutely right in saying that. Naruto and Yahiko, aka Nagato, they're two sides to the same coin. The way they're trying to bring about peace to the shinobi world is a little different than one another's, but ultimately they're both trying to bring peace to the world. Naruto in his own unique way, and Pain in his own unique way. The things that Pain said in this episode aren't wrong at all. In fact, the point of him destroying the village was to show what his own people had suffered through. And like you said earlier in the episode, an eye for an eye makes everybody blind. However, in this case, it allowed the people of the Hidden Leaf Village to experience the same pain that Yahiko and his village suffered. It's a very deep, profound situation that one-to-one correlates with our real world. We see this over and over again throughout reality and human history. And for that theme to appear the way it did in this anime is one of the most beautiful and shocking, priceless things that I could ever experience. Lastly, there is no right or wrong answer to this. It seems like Pain is onto something very profound, and believe it or not, his ideology somewhat makes sense. He's trying to unify humanity by bringing out a greater evil. I think it's kind of genius, at the same time evil, because a lot of people will die in the process. But he sees that as a necessary step to achieve the greater good, which is peace.
I love how Naruto has these philosophical debates within all of these characters, and you're able to piece it out yourself through them. It's so difficult to sit here and listen to what Pain is saying because he wants all of this destruction, and he also knows that the human mind forgets. So not only will he cause this destruction once, but he expects it to happen again in the future. When Pain said that he's seen the past, he knows the present, and he can tell the future, I'm very curious why he thinks he can tell the future, or if it's just his assumption based off what has happened in the past.
I think one of the most shocking parts of this episode is Pa dying and being killed in front of Ma and Naruto. Also how Pain grabs Naruto's throat, chokeslams him to the floor, and then stakes both of his hands into the ground while he has this discussion about his future plans. It leads Naruto to a point where he himself can't even find a flaw in what Pain is saying. It seems absurd to him, but at the same time, it's not coming from a place of pure evil. There is some truth and logic behind the things that he's saying. So it's just an insane situation. And I feel for Naruto, and I also felt for Yahiko and Nagato in that scene. Mm-hmm. Imagine their war-torn land. They lost their parents. They live in this fucking miserable life. And they go through all of this suffering and pain. And the only way that he can express himself is to literally cause it to other people. Well, he becomes relatable through this.
He wants a solution, and when he asks Naruto, what's your solution to peace? There was no answer. And that was the craziest part about this, because we see Naruto as this positive person who's on the right side, but he actually doesn't have a solution whatsoever, or maybe he hasn't thought deeply enough about it, and in this moment when Pain was questioning him, he just had nothing to say.
On a final note, you wanted Pain to die in the last episode. You're like, I want Naruto to slice this guy's head off. Has this episode changed at all how you feel about Nagato and Yahiko, or Pain in general?
I think I've always felt deeply for Yahiko and Nagato and Konan. I think that their history is extremely sad, and I wish that had never happened to them, and I wish that it had never happened to any person in this real world. However, I don't want the future of what Pain wants to happen in the show. I feel like they can find a better solution and ultimately find a more peaceful way to carry on into the future.
So tell us, Madison, what is the answer then? How do you solve this?
I wish I knew the answer to that as well, and I'm really hoping that Naruto or some other characters in the show can enlighten me.
We're going to have to see how this all continues on the next exciting episodes. Thank you so much for tuning in. Stay tuned, and we'll see you on the next one. Peace out.
Bye.